Um, this is a palm tree farm, a matured one. These palm trees were planted about approximately 15 years ago. I wasn't here, but let me just approximate. But it wasn't particularly maintained. If you look at for good part of the number of years, the palm trees were not maintained. If you look at these woods, there, just like that, and even along the road there, you'll find that these are the trees that we felled from inside the palm trees to give it a breathing space. As a result of those trees, they were not producing well. They were only growing and competing with the trees, with their enemies. So, but when we took over this farm, we made a promise that we will maintain it well. And this is what so far we have done. The owner of the farm funded it. We did not fund it ourselves. The owner of the farm, I don't want to mention the name now, funded the farm. That has to be clear. She paid for all the felling of the trees, packing of the trees, all the labor work. But what we are looking at as palm oil producer is to ensure that the farm we are taking good care of, is producing maximally, producing fruits maximally. And by the special grace of God, the first time we harvested, there are about 189 palm trees in this farm. 189, out of which, let's say, about 140, 150 are fruiting, okay, may not be up to that because they are still the young ones. Maybe let me just estimate that about 120 or so are matured that can really produce good fruits, palm fruits. So now, just like human beings, farms are supposed to be properly maintained, properly cared for. There should be no outgrowing bushes here and there, no trees, nothing. And it was just last year that we pruned most of the palm trees. Many of them were not pruned from the beginning. So they were just growing, just like growing wild. But we have to prune all of them. After pruning them now, we discover that yes, they have started producing. Not only are they producing, they are producing improved, size. Previously, what they were producing were very small in size, but now we're having a good yield. There are not too many yet. I think the maximum we have harvested here for now is about 40 something. This is not the peak period. The peak period is around March, April, when it is expected that palm trees will ripe, will be fully matured and be ripened, in mass. So this is what it takes. Our own side of the story now is that we shall keep this farm as neat as possible all the time. And also, we're still going to clear all this debris. When it is dry, now we'll pack them and burn them again so that the trees will be happy and they can do well. No competitors, nothing. So this is how to maintain a palm tree farm. Again, we discovered that annually, because of the bush, tall trees, and debris and all the nonsense inside the farm, annually the farm was usually burnt down. But this year, if you see, it is still the impact of the fire that gutted part of it last year. We've trimmed some of the hands away, something like this, but we are doing all we can to make sure that this year, God helping us, there shall be no fire incidents. So what we do is we're going to place a big tank of water here in case anybody sees any fire coming from anywhere. And then we've also informed the security agents to also help us to monitor the area so that people don't just come and burn down the farms as they used to do. And the grazers have been advised not to graze inside this farm. There will even be nothing to graze because we will always try to keep it neat. So this is how to do it. If you want to go into palm tree farming, it is good. It is something that can last you a lifetime, and you hand over to your children. What is the beauty? The beauty again is that the land itself is on which you plant it is appreciating in value, and the palm trees there, they are producing, but never allow for waste. There has been so much waste in this farm. This palm tree, this tree would have been fruiting for more than 12 years, and it's only poachers that just come in there and just take away what And even in the last 4-5 months now that we've been producing from it, I think so far, if I'm not wrong, we produced up to 7 kegs or so, 27 of 20-liter kegs. As I said today now, a keg of palm oil is about between 17 and 20,000 naira. So if we are producing about 7, you know what it means. If you produce that like that, sometimes 1 keg in a month, sometimes 2 kegs. It depends on how many of them are ripe. So, for instance, what we are doing now, we've got up to 30-something fruits, big fruits that we are processing at home, and we're already guaranteed of more than 2 kegs because if the fruit is big, we're going to get about 0.75 liters of oil from one. So you can see. And then that is it. So palm tree farming is good, but you should be ready to spend. It is this tedious because it wasn't maintained from the beginning. Now it's going to be very cheap because we won't allow the bush to grow anymore. We won't allow the trees to grow. These trees were felled about 4 months ago. And you see, now we have pruned them down again. In the next 2-3 months, we are going to prune them down again. So every 3 months, we prune them down. So this place is maintained. So God bless you. Farming is good, at least to make a passive income, and then to tie down your land to make your possession valid. It is very, very okay. God bless you.